GPS Rugby, long the nursery of the game in this country. Scots College in Sydney, the school versus the old boys. And Australia's new coach, Dave Brockhoff, returns to his old school to watch his son Peter playing his first game for the first 15. Today it's like a test match for the youngster and a break for Brockhoff Senior. After 8 years as coach of Sydney University and 3 premierships, he's now national coach and marked for a key role in the destiny of Australian rugby.
They look quite good, particularly early on. I think that's got a bit of bite in the side, quite a bit of movement in the backs. What do you think?
Yeah. We're under terrific competition from the very big VFL in the southern states. Strong national image today with the soccer, and of course rugby league here professional in Sydney and Brisbane. So not disappointed. It's hard because Australia is meant to compete with the best of the rugby nations overseas from our weakened ranks down under.
But whereas in Australia, Rugby Union might rate, say, number 4 as a football code, in these other countries it's way up there.
Oh yes, it's a different ball game altogether. You take the Lions today, the terrifically high standard of rugby overseas is that players are leaving all other codes to get into rugby, and so the gap widens. Whereas in Australia we have the competition from all other football codes, and we are battling to keep up with the advancement of rugby in the overseas countries.
How much are you feeling the pinch and losing the top players to rugby league?
Feel it. It's the biggest problem we have down here. We developed great players, young Russell Fairfax, Johnny Brass, Stephen Knight, to think of just a couple of the last 30, 40 players we've lost in the last 3 or 4 years.
Russell Fairfax was a natural target for league scouts. His freakish talents gave him superstar status from the time he represented Australia at 18. He transferred last year for only one reason.
The money. No, it was too big an offer to pass up. More or less secured from the future.
How big was the offer?
Well, that's between Mr. Ron Jones, my solicitor, and my tax man. That's about the only people that do know. There's been a lot of rumours how much I do get, but they're the only people that do know how much I actually get.
So Fairfax joined the $1 million Premier's eastern suburbs for a reputed $50,000 for 5 seasons. And at 23, with perhaps 10 years left, he could earn more than anyone in the history of the game.
During the season, I never think about money at all. You never think about the 200 a win or 50 a loss. It's just, you're going out there, you're playing to win.
Fairfax came through Union ranks with Randwick, as did among others John Brass, Phil Hawthorne and Mike Cleary, who were lured by the money and glamour of league. Union is left with small crowds, a players' game, emphasising the amateur ideal. In Australia, often lacking spectator appeal, poorly promoted and publicised. And yet we compete against countries where the game is a religion. The job of competing weighs heavily on Coach Brockhoff's shoulders.
Look at Australia, it's a huge continent. Rugby's very strong in New South Wales and Queensland, and the other states play. New South Wales country's been the pace setter. There's no doubt the country division here of New South Wales has done very well in rugby. Queensland rugby's done very well. In the other states, Victoria, South Australia, West Australia and Tasmania, it becomes a more simple problem. But to unify the rugby in each of these centres and bring it to the national 15 to a standard to beat Wales or beat the New Zealand All Blacks or South Africa is quite a problem.
Is there scope for, say, an outstanding individual from interstate to get a run with an Australian team?
Oh yes, my word. We're looking at 2 boys in Melbourne this week, John Meadows and David Osborne, both potential squad members for the Australian team. And Rod Horser from South Australia is now playing in Queensland with brothers. And John Hipwell and Rod Horser are 2 of the leading contenders for the Australian team. In Sydney, it's a major problem, as there are so many first-grade clubs, 14 of them, and to bring them together as a representative 15, it's quite difficult.
The embodiment of union is playing for the game's sake and can be rewarding, as Russell Fairfax knows.
Quite a few trips overseas, seeing the world. A lot of friends, a lot of mates. It's a number of things, rugby union. It's a game that you'll never forget. But I think the enjoyment of the game is probably one of the biggest things it did for me. Learning how to appreciate and to enjoy a game. I can't wait till I finish playing rugby league, actually. There's a team called the Old Golds down at Randwick. I'd love to have a game with them. But...
Have you still kept in touch with all your friends from rugby union?
Yeah, well, you know, that's just something that you'll never lose. They're a great bunch of people. I see them quite a few times. I get down to Randwick Rugby quite a bit, although I'm not a member down there, but I still get down there quite a bit, have a few drinks.
It's ironical that Fairfax is barred from the Eastern Suburbs Leagues Club because of the length of his hair. At Randwick, a jar afterwards is all part of the game. It matters not if we won, we all had a bloody good day.
Scoring, but you turn your back on the ball. Do they kick you something, did they? No, the ball was going up the sideline and your winger had the ball and you turn your back on it.
One of the beautiful things you did, when you left your wing and came in and got the centre and saved a try.
Oh, with 8-0.
You really saved it.
Nice stuff, isn't it, eh? Nice stuff. I thought I gave it to him too early.
I thought your team played very well. Yeah, it was a great game.
Sydney's Lord Mayor Nick Shahady, former Randwick and Wallaby forward. Rugby thrives here, but seems destined for support from the minority only. All good fun, but unlikely to make Australia a rugby power.